Hey guys, Jordan here, Sports Resistance. Welcome to today's video. Hope you guys are doing well. And today I'm going to be going over time frames and how they're so important for your trading. And I guarantee you after watching this video, this will help a lot tremendously with your trading and help you see things in the market that you didn't see before. If you benefit from this video, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and comment some more videos you might want to see me do in the future. Until further notice, let's get into it. So here we are on GC, and as you can see, I start off at the monthlies for my markups. Watch how it makes sense when I talk about all time frames. So first thing I'm going to look for is I'm going to look for a certain area in which price is respecting or price is rejecting. So right here, we look on GC, we see prices kind of in this channel right here. So I'm going to mark this off. Keep this in mind when you're looking at charts. Mark off certain areas of interest and make it make sense. So if I'm looking for a buy, I'm looking for a sell, it has to make sense on all time frames. Realize what I'm saying. So boom. I'm looking at this, I see this here, I see this area, it looks like it showed some previous support and resistance, so it's kind of in a consolidation area right now. So I know that, I'm going to scroll down to the weekly. Now, getting into the weekly, I'm going to get more into the chart, more in depth into the chart now. So again, I'm going to mark it off again, and I'm going to see this right here. Boom. So right here, it's kind of like a little support slash resistance. Yep, okay. I need to see more of the picture, so now I'm gonna go into the daily, but seeing from the weekly and the monthly area, price is currently out of support. This area right here was a kind of fake out at the same area of resistance, so it was kind of a manipulation move, and we broke back in. So we broke below, but we didn't end up holding here, we end up further pushing down. Instead, we broke back in. So what this looks like to me is a retest on the weekly. So yeah, look back on the monthly. Yep, same thing basically. I'm seeing monthly falling, but for some reason we're holding support here. As you can see, it's wicking off this area, so that's good for me in terms of I already know, having a sense of direction of where this price is going. So now scroll down daily, let's see what's going on here. Daily, same thing about the manipulation fake out move I was talking about before. So let's keep looking. I'm gonna draw some type of box here maybe, and let's see how it looks. So from here, what I see is that we're kind of holding this level here. This level has been holding support, and yeah, looks pretty good so far. And I can't really tell much from here as well. So yeah, I can't really tell much of the story, so I'm gonna keep scrolling down. So now I'm gonna go on the 8-hour, and as you see, price has been holding here. Price has been showing support at this area, so this is good in a way. This is good for me. This is good recognition, because I know on the monthly it was holding support, on the weekly it was holding support, and daily it's all making sense on every time frame. So that's good confirmation for me in terms of if I'm looking for a short-term buy or further buys up to an area. The only thing now we need to identify is where to buy from, where would we enter for a buy, and where would we buy to. Because another thing, we can see buys, but if it doesn't make sense as to my target and my risk to reward ratio, so if I'm risking 1-to-1 in terms of a trade, it won't make sense. So let's get into it. So 8-hour looks good. 4-hour. So now what I usually do when I get on the 4-hour is I delete my zones and I make them smaller, because sometimes when our zones are too big, it conflicts with our other zones, with our smaller zones in terms of entering a trade. Sometimes it's like you have a big zone and you can't really pinpoint where you want to enter. This is why I delete my zones and I make a smaller zone. So now I get on the 4-hour, and remember again, my bias for this pair is buys, right? So I'm gonna look at this, I'm gonna mark this up. I'm gonna mark this up probably like right here. That looks good. And now I'm gonna look for a target or something that gives me significance as to where I'm gonna buy to, because I'm gonna look to enter buys probably around this area. And as I get on smaller time frames, it'll make more sense. But yeah, so as we see, we got some wick rejections here to the left, and yeah, so this would be if I was looking for a buy, price would look like it would struggle to break past this area in general for an intraday type of buy. So I would look at this area right here, and what I noticed is price was struggling to break above here previously. Got wick touches here, wick touches here, wick touch, fake out, retest, break above, another retest, wick here, came back, price broke below, but we did not retest this area. So that's a good signal, that's a good confluence for me because we didn't retest this area, right? So what that means is that price could buy, we could take a buy up to here, so we can get that retest of that area, and that could be a potential TP area. So that's good looking at it from the 4 hour. So now I'm gonna go on the 2 hour, and we're gonna look for we're gonna look for better entries to buy now, better areas to buy. So I'm gonna draw a little support zone right here. I'm gonna get more in the graph now as I reach on the 2 hours. So I'm gonna probably draw this right here. See, wick touch right here, wick touch, wick touch right here, and a little fake out right here. So this is nice for me. So I'm gonna draw a little minor support resistance zone, a little minor zone. And now what I would look for is, because we got this fake out right here, right? Let me mark it up for you guys so it makes sense. Right here, we got this fake out right here, right? So what I would look for now is I would want to see price come back down to here. I want to see it come back down to here, and I want to see it push up from when it comes back down here. Reason is because I want to retest. I want to see price retest this area, and then we can go back up into the further highs. So again, let me mark it out for you guys. I would love to see price do this, boom, boom, into TP right there. That TP would be somewhere around here. I'll probably look to TP where these wicks are. Again, I'll get into that as I get more down on the time frame. So let's go smaller on the time frame. 1 hour now. So 1 hour is usually when I start looking for entries. As I said, everything has to make sense on every time frame, as I said before. So let's get into it. As you see right here, I'm gonna look to put my buy limit. I usually set my limits in certain points of certain key areas and certain areas of interest, as you guys know from seeing how I trade. So you got stops below right here. You got profits at the area. Stops below to fake out. I'm gonna go up on the time frame just to make sure my stops make sense. This wick here can be a problem, but as we saw in the higher time frame, there's a reason for this wick right here. And it's according to my trading plan. I like how this trade looks, and I like this fits my trading plan. I'm gonna be confident with it. Trading is never 100%. It's all based on probability. Remember that, guys. So this trade to me looks pretty good based on my trading plan. So this wick is kind of it's kind of conflicting, but it's fine because I'm sticking with my trading plan. So I'm gonna put my stops. I'll put my stops a little bit under the fake out, probably like right here, because I feel like if price were to break this right here, we're just gonna see a downside movement to break this wick, to fill this wick to the bottom. So this is a good place for me to place my stops in a good entry zone. So I'm gonna keep scrolling down because I like to get pinpoint with my stops and my entries. So I like going as small as a 5 minute. So now I'm on a 30 minute. Remember, I started at the monthly. So see how everything makes sense. Realize that. So I'm gonna keep going down. I'm gonna move this over here, and now we're gonna look. So we got a lot of wick touches here. A minor fake I'll move here. So I'll place my entry. My entry is probably in the right spot. So I'm gonna keep going down. Again, 5 minute. Now see 15 minutes, sorry. See how I'm on a 15. This stop loss could have been bigger, but now I can squeeze it a bit smaller. So now I can get it from 11 to about 10, which also increases my gain, as you guys can see. Not even 10, about 9, about almost 9 pip stop loss. So this now would be my stop loss. This is a really, for some people would say it's an aggressive trade, but for me this is a really high probability setup in terms of how I maximize my gain and minimize my risk. So realize how my stops are in a certain area in which if it comes down here, if it comes down even halfway through this fake out, I can close early and risk and lose less than 1%. So I would close it probably around here. Let me show you guys. I can close my trade around here, halfway between my stop loss. Because if price comes down to here, then the trade is invalid to me because it's coming halfway throughout the fake out. And I don't want to see it come halfway throughout the fake out again because we already faked out. So it makes no sense for it to come back down here in terms of if it's going to push up, right? So that's how I would look at it. So basically, this is how I take my trades. Oh, sorry. So basically, yeah, this is how I take most of my trades in the market and see how it makes sense. Because on all time frames, it shows me buys. And now I'm looking for price to retest. That's why I took my profit at that level. And I have my entry level here because this area is a area of minor support. So price broke above, faked out. It faked out before, and we didn't get the retest of this area, so that is why I'm looking for entry. So I'm expecting to see price come, tap into here, and then we can see further highs. So yeah. So this is how all time frames tie into one another and how it all makes sense as to why I'm taking a trade. I hope you guys benefit from this video. I hope you guys learn from it. Like, comment, subscribe if you're new, and if you benefited from the video. And yeah, until my next video, peace.